No, Your Honor, I have not.
Okay. And have you discussed with anyone else their testimony they've provided in trial?
No, Your Honor, I have not.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Wood, then you can go ahead and inquire on direct.
Thank you, Your Honor. And before I inquire, there are several exhibits in this case that have been stipulated to. Mr. Balance will be testifying to a lot of telephone and cellular data. And for purposes of keeping the record clean about what's in evidence, I do have 11 business record affidavits. I believe they all come in by way of stipulation. I don't know how the court wants me to, I can read off the exhibit number and the company to which it pertains. However, the court would like me to do that.
Okay.
But I would like to have them on the record.
I agree. They need to be individually entered into or admitted on the record. So if you'd like to just go through each, and I'll inquire on the defense whether or not they agree that there's a stipulation and no objection. So if you would want to just go through those, I know that might take a moment here, but we need to do that to keep the record clear. So you can just start off with whichever one you want to move for admission of first.
All right. And I would note that I gave a courtesy copy to the court and counsel last week of each of these.
Okay.
So State's Exhibit 125 is a business record affidavit for T-Mobile Metro.
All right, Mr. Pryor, on Exhibit 125, will the defense have any objection to its admission?
It's a stipulated exhibit, Judge.
All right, so that's a no. 125 is admitted. Mr. Pryor. I'm sorry, Mr. Wood.
Okay. State's Exhibit 126 is a Verizon business records affidavit.
All right, any objection on 126?
Again, Judge, it's a stipulated exhibit.
All right, 126 is admitted. On one, what's your next one, Mr. Wood?
127, another Verizon business records affidavit.
All right, is that admitted by stipulation, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, Your Honor.
127 is admitted.
128, another Verizon business records affidavit.
All right, will that be admitted by stipulation, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, Your Honor.
128 is admitted.
State's Exhibit 129, Verizon business records affidavit.
Is 129 admitted by stipulation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, 129 is admitted.
130, Verizon business records affidavit.
Is 130 admitted by stipulation, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Wood?
131, Verizon business records affidavit.
Is 131 admitted by stipulation?
Yes, Judge.
All right, 131 is admitted.
132, Verizon business records affidavit.
Is 132 admitted by stipulation, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, Judge.
132 is admitted.
133, Verizon business records affidavit.
Is 133 also admitted by stipulation, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, Judge.
All right, 133 is admitted.
134, Verizon business record affidavit.
Is 134 also part of your stipulation, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, Judge.
All right, 134 is admitted.
And the last one, 135, is an AT&T business records affidavit.
All right, is Exhibit 135 admitted by stipulation, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Each of those exhibits, then, the court concludes have been reviewed by the defense without objection. They're all admitted and part of the record. You can proceed then, Mr. Wood.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Can you state your name for the record and spell it?
Yes, it's Nicholas Balance. Last name is spelled Ballance.
Thank you. And Mr. Balance, how are you employed?
I'm a supervisory special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
So is your proper title Agent Balance?
That's fine.
Okay. Agent, how long have you worked as a special agent with the FBI?
Since June of 2016.
And where are you currently assigned?
So currently I'm assigned to the FBI's International Operation Division out of Washington, D.C.
Prior to being a special agent with the FBI, were you previously employed in law enforcement?
I was. I served as a deputy U.S. Marshal for 9 years prior to being with the FBI.
And in your role in the FBI now, are you a member of a specialized unit within the FBI?
I am. I'm a member of our Cellular Analysis Survey Team, or CAST for short.
What kind of work does CAST do?
In the simplest terms, CAST is a group of about 70 to 80 special agents and task force officers that specialize in utilizing cell records from a provider to determine the general location of a phone at a specific date and time that might be of interest to an investigation.
And have you used those techniques successfully in the past?
Yes, I've used those techniques on hundreds of occasions to locate violent fugitives, to locate missing kids, missing persons, and really just a gamut of different investigations that the FBI conducts.
How long have you been a member of CAST?
Since October of 2019.
And how long have you been using cellular records in investigations?
So I've been using cellular records as a part of my investigations, both with the FBI and with the Marshal Service since 2007.
Do you assist other agencies with this type of cellular analysis?
I do. I regularly provide assistance to agencies, local, federal, and state throughout the country.
How do those investigators usually come to contact you?
So usually as a part of CAST, we also do a lot of training and presentations. So I could be contacted directly by someone that participated in one of those trainings, or law enforcement can reach out directly to our unit, and then cases could be assigned to me that way as well.
I believe you might have already said this, but just in case, how many members does CAST have nationwide?
It fluctuates, but approximately 70 to 80.
How does one get selected to be on CAST?
So there's an application process that you would put in to be a member of the unit, and then there are multiple trainings that span approximately 240 hours before you would be certified. And those are in the form of multiple training iterations that start with our CAST Basic, which is a 2 to 3 day training in which you would learn kind of from the foundation of what we do and not using any type of software to assist you, taking cellular records, and like I talked about earlier, putting those onto a map based on a specific date and time that may be of interest to an investigation. If you complete CAST Basic and you're invited to attend the next training, you would go to our CAST Advanced. That's a 1-week training where it gets a little bit more into the specifics for each provider that are the major providers throughout the United States, what their records look like, any nuances that might be a part of their records. And then also that's where we start implementing practical scenarios to where we're given a problem in the class and we have to do a report based on whatever that problem is, and then it's evaluated by instructors. Upon completion of CAST Advanced, you would go to, at the time I went, what was called our field training exercise, which is where you have approximately 3 days where you're given multiple problems. You don't get any support from instructors, and you have to solve those problems within a specific time and then present your findings on those. Upon completion of that, we have an additional